Hello, my wonderful friend. Today's video is on toxic girlfriend signs. It's not you, it's her. What you are about to learn comes from my extensive research, as well as my training as a certified coach. And sadly, I have had a lot of real life experience with toxic people. So trust me when I say what you are about to learn is going to leave you feeling very, very relieved. If this is your first time watching, be sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell. My name is Melannie. I'm a Christian dating coach for men, and I help good guys get the girl of your dreams, so you're not gonna wanna miss any of the videos I have coming. Now, a while back, I did this video, which is signs of a toxic girlfriend, and you guys really enjoyed it, but especially lately, I've noticed people are watching it like crazy and commenting and asking me about it. And the truth is, during lockdown, a lot of people are spending a lot more focused time with significant others, even if it's just over like text or video or something. And a lot of people are realizing, I don't really like the way I feel around them, or they're spending so much time away from them and they're starting to feel really good not spending time with them. And that is leading a lot of people to ask, are they toxic? With this in mind, I just knew I had to make another video on this topic because, as I mentioned earlier, it is such a relief when you do learn these things. Quick story for you. I have a friend who is such an awesome guy. I just love this man. Sadly, though, he is married to a toxic woman, but he doesn't know it. She tells him all the time, well, it's just you. You just have to do it better, or you just have to do what I say more. And he honestly believes that it's all his fault. He honestly believes that she's a really good person and he just doesn't love her enough, or he's just too hard to live with, or he's just too picky. He honestly believes it's him. Now, have you ever seen in a movie or read in a book or something when it's like the breakup scene and someone says to the other person, well, it's not you, it's me? Probably heard that, right? Well, when it comes to toxic people, this is something I tell my clients over and over again. When it comes to a toxic woman, it's not you, it's her. Toxic people want you to believe it's you all day long because then they can get away with it. And so sadly, toxic people prey on really nice people. Now, that obviously does not mean you shouldn't be nice. Being a good person is a pretty good life goal, right? It's not that you can't be nice. You can totally be a very nice person and actually repel toxic people. Yes, I said repel. That's pretty exciting, right? So as long as you have the right skills, you have to have the right skills in order to do that. But as long as you have the right skills, you can repel toxic people and be a nice person. So I'm not saying don't be nice, but be aware that toxic people all day long are going to try to get you to believe that it is you when actually it's her. So with that in mind, let's go over some signs of a toxic girlfriend. If you are seeing these signs, it's probably pretty safe to assume that it's not you, it's her. Toxic girlfriend is sign number one, is that she is never wrong. Have you ever known someone who's just never wrong? It doesn't matter what you're talking about, they're always right. It doesn't matter if you're working on a project together, or maybe if you're making a recipe for dinner, or her political views, or who she thinks is going to win the football game. Whatever it is, if she can never be wrong, that's a huge red flag of a toxic woman. This is also true if you try and work on anything in the relationship. Maybe if you try and explain to her, well, when you say these things, it makes me feel this way and it makes me feel bad. Could you please stop saying those things? But she's never wrong. And so no, it's you, it's not me. Whatever it is, if she's always right, if she's never wrong, well, then you can kind of guarantee she is wrong because she's toxic. Sign number two of a toxic woman or a toxic girlfriend is that she complains a lot. Have you ever been around someone who complains a lot and you just felt like drained and exhausted? This is one of the main reasons why you don't want to be in a relationship with someone like that, because it's draining. If you notice that she complains about you, or her job, or her family, or her friends, or her hair, or where she lives, if she's always complaining, that is a very, very good sign that she is toxic. The truth is, you don't want to be around someone who drains you all the time, right? So if you notice that she's always complaining, even if it's subtle, she may not be obvious about it, but if she's always complaining, that's a good sign that it's not you, it's her. She's probably toxic. Okay, so this next sign, guys, is kind of a pet peeve of mine. It drives me crazy because I see it all the time. This sign is that she annoys you on purpose. Okay, so when I was growing up, I knew this girl, and she would just randomly, completely out of the blue, start acting like a random 2-year-old. And she'd start talking like she was a little bit of a 2-year-old and being like super annoying. And she'd like bump into you or mess up what you were doing or throw things at the guys or whatever it was. She'd just randomly, completely out of the blue, start acting like she was no longer an adult and completely being annoying on purpose. Now, if you paid close attention, you would notice that she did this whenever she felt like she was losing control. This is so common in toxic women. If she is annoying you on purpose, she's trying to keep you in your place. So if in the back of your mind you've ever wondered, is she doing that on purpose? Why is she doing this? There's a really good chance that it is a red flag that she is a toxic woman. Quick question for you before we get to the next sign. Would you like more videos on toxic women and toxic girlfriends? How to avoid and handle that? If you do, be sure to comment toxic in the comments below, and I will know to make more for you. Our next sign, I want to say it's the most obvious, but actually most people miss this, and it is that she is physically abusive. Okay, right from the start, we just need to establish that is never okay. And if you ever feel like you are in any kind of danger, get help immediately. You do not deserve that. And honestly, so many people think physical abuse is only something that happens to women. Sadly, it happens to men all day long. So that's never appropriate. The reason I say that this can be a more subtle thing is toxic people don't want you to know what they're up to. And so often they will be very, very subtle about this. They may push you a little too hard. They may accidentally hurt you, when in reality, if you pay attention, they're doing it whenever they want to keep you in line. It's important to be cautious about this, because if you let it happen when it's small and subtle, it will escalate and it will get worse. So this is never an appropriate thing. This is definitely a sign of a toxic woman. Trust your gut on that. If you feel like maybe it wasn't an accident, well, there's a really good chance it wasn't an accident, especially if it happens frequently. Again, if you're ever in any kind of danger, be sure to get help. It's better to be safe than sorry, right? So do what you need to do and realize that yes, that is a sign of a toxic woman, and that is definitely her, not you. Our fifth sign of a toxic girlfriend or a toxic woman is verbal abuse. Now, this can be yelling at you. That's a much more obvious sign, and it's totally out of line. But often, especially with toxic women, it's much more subtle. For instance, I saw a show, and I actually really like the show, but there's one couple in the show that irritates me because the guy is the ultimate heartthrob. He's so incredible. And the girl that he's in love with is totally toxic. And one of the things she says to him is, oh, you're mildly cute. They are married at this point, okay? And all she will tell him is, well, you're mildly cute. And he says, mildly? And she says, yeah. That is as toxic as the day is long. With her words, she is verbally abusing him. She's putting him down and belittling him. The woman that you're with and that ultimately you marry should make you feel amazing. She should make you feel more like a man and more attractive and more awesome. She should never, ever, ever put you down. So toxic women will often be very subtle about it. Well, it's a good thing you're cute. And she will threaten you and belittle you with her words. So just know that is never appropriate, ever. That is totally out of line, and it's not your fault. Again, this is not you, this is her. So tell me this, have you ever felt like, oh no, I'm like a magnet for toxic people? Have you ever felt that way? I have. So let me just say, there is so much relief in knowing what it is that actually attracts toxic people. If you haven't signed up for my free training on what attracts toxic women, do it, like right now. Like, what are you waiting for? It is such a huge relief. If you have felt like you are attracted to toxic women and you always find yourself in bad relationships, you need to know these things. Click the link in the description below. You can sign up for that and I will send it right to your inbox. The truth is, once you know what is attracting her, it's so much easier to break that cycle, which sounds pretty amazing, right? So click on the link in the description below, sign up for that, and I will send it right to you. Thank you so much for watching, my wonderful friend. If you enjoyed what you saw, be sure to give me a big thumbs up, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. If you have a friend who's been struggling with maybe a toxic girlfriend or attracting bad relationships, be sure to share this with him. Sharing really is caring. I would love to hear from you in the comments. If you would like more on toxic women and toxic relationships, be sure to let me know in the comments. And I would love to hear how these signs resonated with you and if you have ever experienced this in your life. If we're not yet friends on social media, be sure to check out the links for that in the description below as well. Thank you so much again, my amazing friend, and have an amazing day. Sign number 2 of a toxic woman or a toxic girlfriend. What? Oh. What? I don't know. Quick question for you before we keep going. Would you like more videos on toxic women and how to avoid them and how to sidestep toxic relationships? Wait, what? That was a run-on sentence. I don't even know what that was. Quick question for you. Would you like some more? Would you like some more? Everybody wants. Am I right? Never mind. Our fifth sign of a our fifth sign of a that was a good face. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Looks kind of creepy. You gotta do something to lighten the mood when you're talking about anything this heavy.